The Army's 250th anniversary celebration happening right now. That parade kicked off 30 minutes early because of the weather that is certainly making its way to town. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Larry Miller.
And I'm Simone D'Alba. The parade brought thousands of people to downtown D.C. today. More than 150 military vehicles, 50 helicopters are involved.
We have team coverage on every angle of this celebration, including your forecast. Let's begin with our Matt Gregory, who has a bird's eye view of the festivities happening right now. Hey, Matt.
Yeah, I feel like a woodpecker from this bird's eye view. I'm right by the trees hanging out, but you can see what's coming by right now. This is very interesting. This is a World War I right here, cavalry unit, artillery unit. The saying about World War I, if you remember, is they rode in on horses and they rode out in tanks. So coming not far behind, but it's taken a bit, as you can see, is a touring vehicle, an old style Jeep. It's kind of off to the distance. They're taking a while to come here, but what we're seeing, right, is all the different eras of the military. We've just entered, as it were, the 20th century, right, with World War I, with those last of those horse-drawn artillery units and horse units. And we're seeing now coming through, if I can look over my shoulder, walking in front of the president now, is the beginning of the World War II era, the Jeeps, and we expect to see a Sherman tank. We were looking for a Renault tank, which is a World War I tank, but that didn't come through. So what we kind of are seeing coming through right now is we're hearing overhead a flyover, by the way, but you can't really see anything. The cloud covers a bit. Sorry, folks, if I sound distracted, it's because 15 things are happening at once. You have a flyover happening. You have these old-style military Jeeps coming. Okay, these are World War II Jeeps right here. As you can see, something you would have seen in Europe. And mostly the Army, if you're familiar, was confined to Europe during the conflict. You had the Marines over, obviously, in the Pacific. But this is sort of how this production is going on. You're seeing periods of historical uniforms and equipment coming through, and then modern day units also representing the very many different eras of the military as well. So we've got the modern Army unit coming through playing marching band, and behind them, it's hard to see, and I know we got trees and everything here, guys. We're confined to the riser, but that is the World War II era Army uniforms. That is what they would have worn storming the beaches of Normandy, what they have worn in Italy, Sicily, all over Europe. And this is sort of where we start to see the beginning of the modern military, right, post-World War II. And so from here we're going to see, and it'll be a bit after World War II comes through, we'll see the Korean War. We'll see from there the conflict in Vietnam. We'll see the Vietnam War. We'll see Desert Storm, all our way up to the modern. But this is what we've got right now. We've had a flyover that was difficult to see. And if I'm not mistaken, the music of Band of Brothers, if you remember that HBO show, that's playing right now as the World War II units walk through. Now, some of the battalions and the Corps that were in World War II are still sort of in existence today, still being done. There's the 82nd Airborne and the 101st Airborne. Those are still active units that obviously they don't have the same uniforms as back then. But yeah, this is World War II right here passing through. And soon we expect to see the Korean War coming through. So yeah, like I said, as we go through the afternoon, we're starting to see more and more military from different eras, but we're also seeing, spiced in the middle, the modern day. And so, it's an event that is sort of taking a look at the modern U.S. military and take us through where we've been and where we're headed to. And it's always interesting if you note that this is the 250th anniversary, but the 250th anniversary of the United States, that's next year. So this U.S. Army was, around a full year before the actual United States was its own country. On Constitution Avenue, back to you guys.